Happy Sunday. How are you guys doing? For today's video, I'd like to share with you ways in which you can apply for a non-B visa at the local Thai embassy in Vientiane, Laos. I want you to understand that it's quite cheap and affordable if you know the right procedures to follow, and you can do this alone. You don't need to pay for the services of a visa agency to help you obtain a new non-B visa if you intend to work in the kingdom. How do you go about this? Keep watching to find out. Welcome back. If you haven't subscribed to my YouTube channel, please do so, and I encourage you to follow me on TikTok, Instagram and Facebook in order not to miss out on latest videos. And you have to be reminded that I upload video 3 times in a week: Mondays, Thursdays and Sundays. This is as a result of my tight working schedule, so bear with me. Hit that subscribe button. Alright, let's quickly continue. The first thing you have to think of when you want to apply for a non-B visa at the Thai embassy in Vientiane, Laos, is for you to obtain a job. Having a teaching job is very important because your employer will have to provide the necessary documents that you need to apply for this visa. Let us suppose that you already have the job and the documents have been handed over to you. What you have to do is to go over to Vientiane and get a visa. How do you do this alone? What I want to let you first to understand is that there are various means of transportation for you to get to Vientiane, Laos. Most people might opt to take a flight because they want to do it quite fast and maybe easy without any stress. But if you're on a tight budget and you intend to save more money, then you might want to think of land transportation. Use a van. If you're in Bangkok, go to the KhonKhaen road to get a minivan there that will take you directly to Nongkhai. The Thai border between Thai and Laos is at Nongkhai. When you get there with a minivan, you can buy a visa on spot on arrival. That will help you to gain entry into Vientiane. And for US citizens, the cost of a Laos visa at the Nongkhai border is $36. The last time I traveled there, this was the price. You can get a visa on spot, an application that you fill. However, I'll advise that you shouldn't apply for the visa at the border. In order to make your whole journey stress-free, the first thing you have to do is to try and secure a visa to Laos within Thailand. Let us assume you are in Bangkok. You can take a van from Bangkok to KhonKhaen to the Thai consulate at KhonKhaen to apply for a visa there. The procedure is quite straight and simple. Get there on time, wait around 8:30 when they open. Take an application form, fill and apply for this visa. Pay for your visa fee, and within few minutes you will get your passport handed over to you with a brand new Laos visa on it. And from there you can equally take a bus from KhonKhaen to Nongkhai border crossing, where you get there and the Thai immigration have to check you first to make sure you're leaving the kingdom through the right means without you overstaying your visa. Yeah, they have to check for overstays and make sure you follow other visa procedures like 90 days reporting. Once they have checked and see that everything is okay, they will grant you access. You leave the kingdom, you exit with an exit stamp in your passport. At the other side of the border, you need to take a van from there, which takes you directly into Vientiane. But again, you have one more stop to make, because after you've crossed the immigration border, Thai immigration border, I mean to say, your next van will stop at the Lao immigration border that grants you the re-access into Vientiane, the capital city. They will have to check and make sure you have the right visa. And at that point, you have to explain to them your mission to the country, which is to apply for a non-B. And you have to explain where you intend to live. Maybe you need to stay with a friend that you know in Vientiane. If not, as a first timer, it's good for you to provide a pre-booking of a hotel that you intend to live in. My advice is you go to the internet, use websites, travel website like Agoda, book a hotel there. The one which I use for myself is known as Bushadakam Hotel. Bushadakam. Look at the name on the screen. It's the capital city, the main center of Vientiane. I lived there for a few nights. It's a nice place. The staffs there can conveniently speak English. Once you get there, you can pass the night, and the next morning you can get a tuk-tuk from the hotel to the Thai embassy. The good thing is the hotel is located close to the local Thai embassy in Vientiane. From that hotel to the Thai embassy is not up to 4 kilometers. Most foreigners work because they want to relax and feel the atmosphere of the capital city, that is Vientiane. So if you like to work, you can wake up very early and work to the local Thai embassy in Vientiane. Otherwise, you take a tuk-tuk which can be 90 or 100 baht. It's a bit expensive, so I advise you work. Once you get a tuk-tuk, you get to the embassy, you have to stay in line at the main gate and wait until the work hours. That is, they open between 8:30 to 9 if I'm not mistaken. Once the embassy is open, the line that you stood at is not the queue format, because once you get in, you still have to fight to get a queue. It's your queue number that will determine if you have to submit your application quite early or later. So get a queue, you sit and wait for your turn. Once you've been invited into the counter by your queue number, you submit your application. The workers at the Thai embassy will check to make sure your documents are complete. If luck is on your side and everything is okay, that's all. They will give you a receipt to show that you've actually applied for your non-B visa and tell you to pick up the next day. Once you come, you pay the fee and pick up your passport. Then you're done. Your brand new non-Bs on your passport. The next thing you have to do is to follow the same procedure. Head back to your hotel, check out, pay whatever bill you have to pay, or if you've paid all your bills, good and fine. Take a tuk-tuk from there and go to the city bus center at Vientiane. There is a big market there, the main bus center. You can get a bus from there which takes you back to the Nongkhai border crossing. When you get there, you pass the passport control and check with the Laos immigration. You make your way into Thailand. The Thai immigration at Nongkhai will check your visa and grant you an entry for the first 30 days, or rather 60 days if I'm not mistaken, yeah. Upon which you have another 30 days extension within the kingdom. Once you get in, you're done. That is it. Take your non-B to your employer, and from there they will know how to follow up on your work permit and eventual 1-year visa extension within the kingdom. A word of advice to African applicants. I want you to understand that getting a visa at Laos is a bit challenging, because unlike other nationalities that can get there, apply for the visa on spot and get it the next day, for African applicants, you may have to wait longer. I have done this 3 times over my course of stay in Thailand, and I ended up spending 2 months in Vientiane. There are others that have done a visa run to the local embassy there in Vientiane, and they equally spend a bit of time there. If you are in a haste, you don't have enough money to stay longer, then please I advise you travel back to Africa, precisely Abuja, Nigeria, to obtain a non-B there, because it's quite faster there instead of wasting your time at Laos. But if you have all the time, I mean you are not in any hurry, then you can go there by land because it's quite cheap and affordable. Spend the time there, get to understand the culture, know the way of life of the people in Laos. It helps you to learn a lot, because for almost 2 months I stayed there. I got to learn about the way of life of the people there. It was quite fun. It was in fact a good experience, a good memory to live by. But again, if not, go to Nigeria. And of course you have to understand that the cost of traveling from Thailand to Nigeria is a bit expensive. The overall aim of this video is to teach you how to get a visa at Laos with very little expensive by land transportation van. But if not, go to Nigeria, book an air ticket 2-way. It will cost you maybe $1,500 or $2,000 for you to obtain a non-B in Thai at the Thai embassy in Abuja. So there you go. Follow these tips in order to obtain your brand new non-B visa at the local Thai embassy in Vientiane, Laos. Thanks for watching. I love you all. See you next time. Bye.